Welcome to my channel. If you like my videos, then kindly subscribe, like and watch. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back. Problem 7.86. So statement of problem is that solve problem 7.85 using the maximum distortion energy criteria. So in problem 7.85 we solved this problem by using the maximum shear stress criteria. Now it is given that we have to solve this by using maximum distortion energy criteria. So we will start with the given data. So you can see that diameter of this rod is 38 mm, clear, and that is made up of grade steel for which yield strength is given sigma capital Y is 250 megapascal, clear, and determine the magnitude of torque T. We have to find the magnitude of torque T for which yield occur, when P is equal to 240 kilonewton. So you can see this is the P, that is 240 kilonewton. We have to find this torque T that can be applied for yielding occur, and we will use maximum distortion energy criteria or von Mises criteria. So let's start with the solution. So from maximum distortion energy theory, maximum distortion energy theory or energy criteria, sigma A square plus sigma B square minus sigma A into sigma B is less than sigma yield, but that is for safe or the criteria at which no yield occur. If you want to have yielding, so it must be equal to sigma Y. So sigma A is principal stress and B is also principal stress. So we will find the principal stresses for this state of stress. Clear? So you can see there is only force that is acting in this is x direction, that is P. Clear? So sigma x will be equal to P divided by A. Clear? And also sigma y is equal to, there is no stress in y direction, so it will be 0, and there will be a due to this torque there will be a shear stress, that is let tau of xy, and that is also unknown. So only the stress is sigma x, that is P by A. P is given, clear, that is 240 kilonewton, and area of this rod can be find by using equation pi by 4 d square. Clear? So we have already did it in problem 7.85. So I will again, P is equal to 240 into 10 raised to power 3 Newton, and area is equal to pi by 4 d square. So that is equal to pi over 4, and d is equal to 38 square. So the value of this will be, if you calculate, area will be in millimeter square. So I will directly write the value in meter. 1.134 into 10 raised to power minus 3 square meter. Clear? So now we can calculate sigma x, that is equal to P by A. P is 240 into 10 raised to power 3, and area is equal to 1.13 into 10 raised to power minus 3. So when you solve it, so this sigma x comes out to be 211.62 megapascal. Again, this is solved in problem 7.85 as well. Now you can see that sigma x is equal to 211.62 megapascal. Clear? Sigma y is equal to 0, and tau of xy, which is not known, that is equal to tau of xy. Clear? So we will use the method for finding the principal stress. So as we know that sigma A, which is principal stress, and sigma B, and that is equal to sigma average plus R. There similarly it is equal to sigma average minus R. Now we will find sigma average. So sigma average is equal to sigma x plus sigma y divided by 2. So there is only sigma x, so it will be sigma x divided by 2. Clear? So sigma average will be equal to 1 over 2 sigma x. You can put the value or you can leave it as it is. Clear? So sigma average is this. Now R is equal to, you know that R is equal to sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 whole square plus tau of xy whole square. Clear? As sigma y is equal to 0, so it will be equal to sigma x square over 4 plus tau of xy square under the root. Clear? If you further solve this, it will be equal to, that will be R will be this one. Clear? So you can take the LCM, or if you want to leave it here, so you can say that R is equal to 1 over 4 times sigma x square plus tau of xy square under the root. Now you have sigma average and R as well, so you can find sigma A. So I will write sigma A is equal to, instead of sigma average, I will write sigma half of sigma x plus R, and instead of R I will write it 1 over 4 sigma x square plus tau of xy square. Similarly, sigma B is equal to 1 over 2 into sigma x minus R, and R will be 1 over 4 sigma x square plus tau of xy square. Now you can see you have to put the value of this sigma A and sigma B in this equation. That is, let's say this is the main distortion energy criteria. So you will put the sigma A value and B in this equation. So I will write sigma A is equal to half of sigma x plus 1 over 4 sigma x square plus tau of xy square under the root. So this is sigma A, so I will take the square because it is given that sigma A square. Similarly, you can also take the sigma B square, and sigma B is 1 over 2 sigma x minus 1 over 4 sigma x square plus tau of xy square, and minus sigma A into sigma B. So minus sigma A is 1 over 2 sigma x plus under the root 1 over 4 sigma x square plus tau of xy square. This is sigma A into sigma B, and this sigma B is 1 over 2 into sigma x minus 1 over 4 sigma x square plus tau of xy square, and that must be equal to sigma yield. Clear? Sorry, sigma yield square. Again, this is also sigma yield square. Okay. So you can see when you solve this whole equation, when you solve it, this whole, so this you will take the square a plus b whole square and you can expand it. Similarly, this is also square a minus b whole square, and that is minus a into b. So again, I have solved it. It's very easy, but again it will take time to solve it. So I have already solved it. So these values comes out to be sigma x square plus 3 tau of xy whole square. If you expand it and you solve it, you will get this, and this will be equal to sigma yield square. Clear? Now you can see that we are interested in finding this. So 3 tau of xy whole square is equal to sigma yield square minus sigma x square, and so we will get tau of xy will be equal to sigma yield square minus sigma x square divided by 3, and that will be under the root. Clear? Now you have the value of sigma y, sigma x, so you can put it, so you will find shear stress in which yield will occur. So sigma y is 250 megapascal. I will show you. So 250 whole square minus sigma x is, let me show you here. This is sigma y, which is 250 megapascal, and this is sigma x, which is 211.62. So I will put the value minus 211.62 whole square divided by 3. So when you solve it, so that will give you 76.84 megapascal. Clear? So this is the shear stress at which yield will occur. Now we are interested to find out the torque for this yielding. So you know that this torque is equal to T is equal to tau is equal to TC divided by J. Clear? So implies that this torque will be equal to shear stress tau of xy into J divided by C. Clear? So tau is equal to tau of xy into J divided by C. We have C, which is equal to D by 2, and that is 38 by 2, which is 19 millimeter. Clear? And also you can find J, which is equal to pi by, let me calculate it. That is, J is equal to, let me check. So J is equal to pi by 2 C4, and that is equal to pi by 2 C4 is 19 millimeter. Clear? So again, if you convert it into meters, so that it will be 0.19 whole 4. So when you solve this, these J values comes out to be, 204.71 into 10 raised to power minus 9 meter 4. Now you can find this torque. This torque is equal to T into tau of xy, which is again 76.84 megapascal, so into 10 raised to power 6, and this J is equal to 204.71 into 10 raised to power minus 9, and divide by this 19 millimeter. So again, if you want to convert, it will be 0.019 meter. So when you calculate it, you will get the value of torque. Let me calculate it by using calculator. I will show you it. So after calculating this value, the value of torque comes out to be 828 Newton into meter. So torque is equal to 828 Newton into meter. So this much torque can be applied to this shaft. This torque 2T is equal to 828 Newton into meter, that can be applied on this shaft for yielding by using the maximum distortion energy criteria. I hope you have learned from this video And again, if you like my videos, kindly subscribe, like and watch. Thank you.